Sometimes we resist considering alternative points of views. For example, Jim and Mary want to drive to Kelowna to see a friend on the way from Vancouver to Calgary. However, this will extend their trip by one day. How will they pay for an extra hotel stay? Can they afford the additional cost of about $200? Mary came up with an idea. What if we ask our friends if we could stay overnight with them? Could they accommodate us with our new baby in their condo? This what if question opens the possibility of visiting their friend in Kelowna. It's an alternative view to spending $200 for an extra hotel stay, which opens up possibilities. This view is hypothetical, subject to A. Mary or Jim requesting to stay overnight at their friend's place, and B. their friend agreeing to that arrangement. Jim introduced another hypothetical possibility by adding, suppose we offer to sleep on the floor using our sleeping bags. This hypothetical thought could help to solve the cost problem of visiting their friend in Kelowna. The two hypothetical scenarios combined could make it possible for Mary and Jim to visit their friend in Kelowna. A hypothetical instance can be used to add new facts to a situation that is being discussed for the purpose of solving a problem. I have introduced you to three forms of reasoning in 3 tutorials. Deductive reasoning in the form of a syllogism, tutorial 16. Conditional argument, tutorial 17. Hypothetical instance, tutorial 18. Here's how they relate. Let's start with the most tentative statement, a statement about an event that has not happened but could happen. That's called a hypothetical instance. Suppose Mary and Jim, who live in Vancouver, want to visit a friend in Kelowna on their way to Calgary to visit their parents. Suppose the detour to Kelowna is only 40 kilometers. Suppose their friend, who lives in a small one-bedroom condo, would appreciate the visit. Suppose Mary offers to bring sleeping bags so that they can sleep on the floor for one night. We can predict that Mary and Jim will spend one night with their friend in Kelowna. Conclusion. Now let's restate this hypothetical reasoning, if it is valid, into a conditional if-then statement. If Mary and Jim, who live in Vancouver, want to visit a friend in Kelowna on their way to Calgary to visit their parents, and the detour to Kelowna is only for 40 kilometers, and the friend who lives in a small one-bedroom condo would appreciate that visit, and Mary offers to bring sleeping bags so that they can sleep on the floor for one night, then we can predict that Mary and Jim will spend one night with their friend in Kelowna. Conclusion. Now let's isolate the conditional reasoning from the specific of Mary and Jim. This allows me to generalize from the conditional statement and draw a conclusion, which is a universal statement, as follows. Any person who believes his or her friend would like a visit and is prepared to take a detour to visit the friend and is prepared to sleep on the floor is a person who will probably visit his or her friend. When might you use these forms of deductive reasoning? Here are some suggestions. First, use hypothetical instances to explore possibilities, to think about different possible solutions. Think of it as a brainstorming process, a process in which you engage before you check out the facts. Some solutions seem plausible, others not. Follow up on the plausible ones. Second, assess the plausibility of the hypothetical instance you are exploring by changing them into conditional arguments, such as follows. Major, if we go to Kelowna on our way to Calgary, then detour of 40 kilometers. Minor, go to Kelowna on our way to Calgary. Conclusion, detour 40 kilometers. Assess the facts and conclusion of the conditional argument. Are the premises sound? Does the conclusion follow logically from the premises? If the answers to these two questions are negative, you need to revise the premises and/or the conclusion. If the answer is yes, you have a sound and valid conclusion. Third, once you've created a sound and valid conclusion, you may want to determine whether your conclusion might apply generally or in all like situations. If so, you have arrived at a universal statement such as the following. Any person who believes his or her friend would like to visit and is prepared to make the effort to visit the friend and is prepared to make appropriate accommodations is a person who will probably visit his or her friend. A universal statement can be applied to many situations besides the decision that Mary and Jem had to make. It is a generalization open to anyone. This concludes an important group of reasoning strategies. Each strategy serves a slightly different function. Together, they serve a wide range of situations. Try this. At sponsorvillage.ca, go to Writing and to Hypothetical Instance. Read the essay and complete the template. Write an essay using a hypothetical instance. After you're pleased with your essay, edit it for grammar to create a reader's draft. If you have any questions about the writing process, send them to askdrotto at sponsorvillage.ca. Enjoy your writing experience.